And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
We're the whites. Nobody ever cares if bad things happen to us anymore.
There's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
Hold on to my love, 'cause it can be more than enough.
So be Hit that like button for me, guys. Let's get into the show today. How's everybody doing out there? Shout out to Ms. Cantrell, the first lady of the church. Starting the show off with a giant 50 ball. Let's go.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry! You not like Hulk angry! Hulk no like fighting girls.
Shout out to Ms. Cantrell with the 50 ball. Appreciate the donation. Also been a long time member for a month, but you've been a member for a while though. I know. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate everybody being here. Put that like in the chat for me. Get some like the video for me. Like the video. We are going to get straight into the conversation today, man. We got to get right into this because I'm actually pressed for time. I was trying to do the show earlier, but I just couldn't drag myself out of bed. I was a little bit hungover. My apologies, but we're here. JD Vance. Well, I'm just going to let him play. I'm just going to let you hear the man talk in his own words. You know what? I got to put the good picture up. We got to put the real Vance picture because this is the JD Vance we all know and love. Every time I hear JD Vance talk, I think of this picture right here.
Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI.
Nicki Minaj really got those white men hyped up. Nicki Minaj really got those white men hyped up. That's crazy work. That is crazy work over here, bro.
Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Now, we played this clip just for a moment yesterday when we were covering the Nicki Minaj thing. But I made a prediction. When I pulled this clip up for you, I made a prediction.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Now, if you remember, when I played this clip for you yesterday, and I said, I love the internet because now that JD Vance makes a statement like that, the next thing that the left is going to do is say, what do you mean? When did you ever have to apologize for being white? Nobody ever made you apologize for being white. Oh, come on now. Come on. What are you talking about? Nobody made you apologize.
And if you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control.
You have no idea what's coming. And this is what's really at the heart of like mainstream right-wing politics is the attempt to keep this white tide from crashing onto the American shores.
I also think a lot of people, especially white Christians, they're resisting identity politics. They don't want to go to that next step, but that's where it's heading. I mean, it's going there quickly. I mean, white identitarianism is going to happen, and they want it to happen.
They're creating it. And I speak for myself as someone who's 54 and grew up in a totally different country. I don't want to identify as white. I don't even like thinking about that stuff. I like thinking about how people really are. I don't like thinking of them as members of groups.
Yep.
And they're pushing it. They're like, everyone has an identity. Everyone's a member of an identity group except the majority who are despised, and we're trying to make them into the minority, but you're not allowed to organize as a specific as your identity. And it's like they're not only encouraging it, they're guaranteeing its emergence.
And I also think a lot of people, especially
now, if you've been following my channel for the last couple of years, you know this is one particular phenomenon that I've been constantly keeping an eye on. The white pride movement, the white wellness movement, the no white guilt movement, hashtag anti-white. You know, I've watched them create a kind of intellectual superstructure for their argument. They've created an online ecosystem as well, and a little bit offline. You know, you have like these little white towns trying to pop up. I covered that School of the West online content. That is like pro-white online content. This thing has been growing for years. And again, it's growing righteously. And what do I mean by that? So when JD Vance tells you that you don't have to apologize for being white anymore, and then the internet tries to pretend that that's not a thing that ever happened. You guys remember what happened after Floyd, right? Are we going to forget how weird and creepy that whole era was? It was like a good 2 years of just cringe. I was born in the cringe. This channel was born in the cringe. You know nothing of the cringe.
This is the Lord's work right here, man. This is the Lord's work right here. And this is a good white woman, man. She's showing her deeds, man, to the Lord, man. And the most, man. This is the Lord's work right here, man. This is the Lord's work right here.
Did you Negroes really think this would just go unchecked forever and ever and ever? Did you think these white people would be kissing your boots just because forever? Did you really? You thought this would just go on and on and on and on.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
No. And listen, like I said, there is a righteousness to the anger, because, you know, people have noticed there's just an energy against them at this point, you know.
I'm going to be honest. I don't feel good about being white every day for a lot of reasons, because it's a point of privilege that I get to move through the world in a way that so many of my other colleagues and friends and family members of the community don't get the privilege to do.
And this is exactly why white men want to take your rights away. And I'm going to let them. I ain't got anything to say about that.
I'm going to be honest. I don't feel good about being white every day for a lot of reasons, because it's a point of privilege that I get to move through the world in a way that so many of my other colleagues and friends and family members of the community don't get the privilege to do. And I'm just a female, but just a woman, just a white woman. If I was a white man, I would be functioning from a point of an even greater privilege. I think we're missing an opportunity when kids have a moment to reflect about how the color of their skin does and does not allow them to move through the world. running to them and trying to stifle that and trying to say you shouldn't feel bad, so we don't want to ever expose you to something that is going to make you have to pause and have maybe some internal feelings. It's a missed opportunity for some really good dialogue.
White men don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Trump and JD got your back now.
I'm Andrea Lucas, chair of the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Are you a white male who's experienced discrimination at work based on your race or sex? You may have a claim to recover money under federal civil rights laws. Contact the EEOC as soon as possible. Time limits are typically strict for filing a claim. The EEOC is the federal agency charged with enforcing federal anti-discrimination law against businesses and other private sector employers. The EEOC is committed to identifying, attacking, and eliminating all forms of race and sex discrimination, including against white male applicants and employees. Check out eeoc.gov to learn more and read our one-page explainer about DEI-related discrimination.
There's been a massive trend of young guys not entering the labor force. They're not getting jobs. They're not getting internships. They're just kind of chilling. And a lot of old heads just cannot possibly comprehend why young guys would not want to start producing capital and saving for, a 4-bedroom house. It's the completely reasonable price of $8 million a day. And I think the main problem is just the incentive structure. Our grandparents, our dad's generation, they kind of had this unspoken agreement with society where if they worked hard, they got a job, they kind of put the grind in, they would probably be able to find a good wife that will stay with them, that will not rip them to shreds in the divorce courts and take their kids and half their assets. And they would also have a company that would kind of stick with them through the ups and downs. They would be able to have a secure job. And they didn't really have all the competition we have today with illegal immigrants, with mass legal immigration of all these people from India and China, these highly skilled, the cream of the crop from other countries are now coming to America and stealing a lot of the highly intensive IQ jobs, big law, tech, medicine. There's no sort of home court advantage for the American young guy anymore. If you're an American white young guy, kind of like me, I have a lot of things going for me, but even in my position, there are still a lot of things that are kind of slanted against me, where our dad's generation, granddad's generation, they kind of had privilege. White privilege was definitely a thing back then. Nowadays, you have to work even harder than minorities. You have to say that you're some sort of trans Native American descendant or something like that to get into a top university, to get into these top jobs. And it just doesn't really make sense to grind so freaking hard as a young guy when you don't feel like you're going to be able to get a girlfriend or have a successful marriage or have a company that will stay loyal to you. You're always dispensable. We've seen these layoffs, just like a light switch with these companies. It seems like the most efficient kind of path forward is just to not delay gratification and just enjoy life right now, which usually includes for young guys smoking and drinking, playing video games, and just kind of enjoying life while you can, because we don't really feel like the future is very bright for us. And we don't feel like this kind of unspoken social contract that our dads and our grandparents had with the American economy. It's been completely shattered for us.
I began to question, why do only white countries have the moral obligation to live in this experimental diversity? I began to question why Americans living in the land of the free were forbidden the freedom of association. I began to question why the same groups of people that benefit from our country's altruism are allowed to collectivize within our borders in peace, yet any semblance of white collectivism is considered a form of supremacy. I began to question, why do I have to morally justify the continuation of my people? I am no longer a civic nationalist. I'm no longer a civic nationalist because demographics matter. I'm no longer a civic nationalist because in our majority white country, it is considered controversial just to say it's okay to be white. And I'm no longer a civic nationalist because I won't stand by as whites become minorities in their own homelands just so that I can selfishly claim at the end of it all, at least I was an individualist. And I have a dream that one day whites will be equally permitted to live in their own countries as others do. I am no longer a civic nationalist, and I'm not sorry about it.
The amount of white people that dare to tell me that there is no reason for white people to feel guilty because they weren't directly involved with slavery, when every single one of them, especially the ones who dare to comment some dumbass shit like that on my posts, just proves how racist you actually are. All of the people that think that they're not a part of it, that don't contribute, are much bigger contributors than someone that openly speaks about feeling empathy for others and feeling guilt as a white person in America who has contributed to systemic racism just by being born into the system. It's not something that I asked for. It's something that I became aware of. And all the people that come on here and say that white people don't have a reason to feel guilty, I mean, all you're doing is snitching on yourself, because you're way more racist than you actually think. Because otherwise you wouldn't be commenting stuff like that. You wouldn't be taking time out of your day to comment on my post. You trying to convince yourself that you don't contribute. You trying to convince yourself that you're not part of the problem. But honey, you are the problem. Because the sooner that every white person can take a deep look at themselves, take a deep look at those around them, then things can start to get better. But until then, you know, every white person that says that they don't have a reason to feel guilty, you're just ignorant. Time to open your eyes.
White women like this young lady have been on a suicide mission. They have been on a kamikaze run, attempting to effectively cuck. You know, henpeck is a better word. You know, there's been a collective henpecking of the American white male to the point where he has now internalized that white lady's ramblings about privilege and guilt and yada yada yada.
I grew up as a white man, and you're the exact opposite, you know? And so it's like my experiences are going to be different from yours.
How come?
I think, you know, there's a thing of like white privilege.
What privileges do you have that I don't have?
Oh, see, that's the question I keep asking myself, because like in this day and age, like all the laws, I say all the laws, you know, it's hard to speak on something I'm not fully knowledgeable of. So like, I'm sorry if I like make a mistake in saying this, but it's
Don't you think it's a problem in society when white people think that they have more privileges than brown or black people?
Yeah, and I think that's sort of the agenda that's pushed off, because personally, it's like, not that I think I'm more privileged than anyone else, because I had to work to get where I was. And that's like
So why do you have that mentality immediately where you know, kind of apologize to me? Like, let's talk about privilege. Let's talk about, I'm a white man in America, so we could have grown up differently. Why?
Because you're a cute brown girl. And there's this young, this YN standing there suspiciously. You know, he has to behave himself. You know, you being a cute brown girl and this suspicious YN right here, you never know. You never know what could happen. So he has to be very, very careful how he answers questions right now.
These blacks. Why is that your first initial reaction to me as a brown woman?
wow, you're getting me good. See, these are the kind of conversations that I love having. And I think it comes from a place of like, I wouldn't say caution, but like in this day and age, people are so quick to judge and react and cancel. And so I guess it's that like caution to go into an interview like this. I'm like, I don't know where we're at, but now I know where we're at, and I can like go for real.
He has no idea where he's at. He should have been trying to go deeper, but he's too cucked to even go that far. He's afraid to go deeper. J.D. Vance is telling America, you no longer have to apologize for being white. I'm telling you, the years after George Floyd were some of the thickest cringe I've ever seen, the thickest cringe known to man.
Welcome to America. Tell me what you're thinking.
Tell me what you're thinking.
Just so much.
Kleenexes, please.
You feel like a nigga now. Come on, Martha. Tell me, do you feel like a nigga now, Martha? Do you feel the weight of the oppression, Martha? Can you feel the heaviness of my black soul, Martha? Tell me how you're feeling. How these chains make you feel, baby?
Welcome to America. Tell me what you're thinking.
Just so much.
And you niggas thought this was gonna last forever. That's the funniest part about this whole thing. That was the funniest part. I'm watching shit like this go down, and I'm just like, you niggas go. You have no idea what's about to happen. You're gone too far. You niggas got too much dip on your chip. You niggas had too much dip on your chip for years, and this shit is not gonna last forever, bro.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please. Like,
Kleenexes, please.
I've always been interested in history and the history of Black people. I took Afrocentric classes at UNL.
She took all the black classes. Look at those two. Look at these two people right here staring at her with hungry eyes. Especially this little goon right here. He got hungry eyes. God.
My grandma lived at 28.
You spent all this time studying the black people, and the black people just want to carve you up. You look delicious to them. It's crazy work.
I've always been interested in history and the history of Black people. I took Afrocentric classes at UNL. My grandma lived at 2821 West Kentucky Street. I've read so many books. And now I belong to a church that's primarily African American.
She read all the books, and now she goes to a black church, and she worships black Jesus now. No more white Jesus for her. She has finally seen the light. She worships, she prays to the black God now.
But if man had to find out that his God was a woman,
I say the black woman is God, and
black woman is God.
I say the black woman is God.
The black woman is God because, you know, she was the first organism on this planet.
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh my God. For years and years, you realize we were under like a 5 years, maybe even longer, technically, because like DEI and affirmative action programs, low key, these kinds of things have been working their way through the corporate and university world for a long time. And so we just kind of noticed it lately, but years and years of a national struggle
Black women
session.
cry, we could be rolling. Black women cry, we could be rolling around on the ground screaming. And you are moved because you've been socialized not to see us as human beings. Fuck. Our tears don't matter to you, but a white woman, and y'all know that shit. That's why I'm not here for the fragility. You know that. And so you very deliberately turn the shit on as a way to avoid accountability. Yep. Purposefully. That's not fragility. That's manipulation. That's strategic. That's diabolical. That's not fragility. And so this notion of white fragility is supposed to tell us what? We're supposed to let you off the hook because you can't handle it? No, you don't want to.
As a nation, as a culture, we have unleashed the toxic black female id onto the entire nation. No one is safe from Keisha now. I keep talking about this because it's such a fascinating moment for me. And I'm glad I got to share some of it on air a long time ago. It's gone now, but you had to be there. The very first time, like when they first started doing Twitter Spaces, and that one show when they literally titled the Twitter space, "There are too many black women in public." That was it. That's just all it was. Not at the gas station, not at the library, not at the DMV. No, in public general. There's just too many. And I knew from then a grave sin had been committed. A grave sin had been committed. White liberal women and their kamikaze mission against the patriarchy and all that is good and holy in America, they have unleashed the Keisha. And we are all angry and miserable right now because of it.
And every time we hold your feet to the fire, all of a sudden, Emma, God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You didn't have to know. And now that I'm trying to make you know, you want to cry so we can end the conversation. This is how you run away. So how do I hold you accountable if you're all up in your feelings? How come I don't get to be in my feelings? I'm sitting here telling you about generations of your people, your ancestors killing mine. How come I don't get to turn tears on and move you? Sounds like I should be the one crying, no? Sounds like those tears should be mine. Sounds like the fragility might be mine, but no, I gotta be strong. Look at me.
A national struggle session for years and years and years. And you know what? I'm not even like in the sports all that much. You don't really hear me getting into the whole sports talk over here. I'm just, not a fan anymore. I used to be, but I got really pissed at you niggas for making me pay attention to the WNBA because they were bullying a white girl in the WNBA. So I had to watch girls play ball and shit to figure out what was going on because they bullied a white girl in the WNBA.
Yeah, your announcement for Athlete of the Year, like tremendous, incredible positive feedback. That's what we've seen across the board. There's always going to be some negativity. And I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sport because of just who you are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift Black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine.
Hey, the memo's out, okay? Black women got to stop bullying white women, and JD Vance said you can stop apologizing for being white, all right? All that's done now.
You are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift Black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing Black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to my man Lasers with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bro.
I need that money.
We're the whites. Nobody ever cares if bad things happen to us anymore.
God, we know he's being God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy, we're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God. Because Satan.
White people literally prayed at the feet of you goofy niggas. Did you forget? Did you forget white people were praying at your goofy feet? And years later, you still talk about white people like they hate you. Shout out to Chocolate Bunny giving away a membership. Welcome to the church. Thank you so much, Chocolate Bunny. You're always bringing people into the church. Appreciate your love.
Get it again. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Red Illusion says, this is when I stopped being a wigger. Hey, bro. Was this you? Red, was this you right here? This was you, Red. This was your villain arc, wasn't it? Red Illusion, this is you right here leading the call to pray at the feet of the random Negro.
We know he's being God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy, we're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes.
Red said they robbed me after that. Red Illusion said, I prayed at your feet. I begged Jesus. I begged Black Keisha for forgiveness. I worshipped you niggas, and then I walked home and you robbed me right after.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
Lord, you brought the thunder and rain today, God, because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our Black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
Look at these niggas crying though. They really crying. Look at these niggas. Oh my God. I can't believe this is real. This really happened. This is really real, bro. This really happened, okay? You guys understand what I'm trying to tell you? Grave sins against God were committed back then, okay? You people were sinning against God. You understand what you did? These are crimes against God and nature. And you will be punished.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it on now. All right.
Everybody in this video gonna get what they deserve.
We know he's being God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy, we're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God, because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory.
Nah, bro. Satan got a giant W that day, bro. Satan got a big, gigantic African Mobutu-sized W, bro. This is crazy work right here. Y'all up here crying. White folk down on their knees, all apologetically and whatnot. You brought the wigger out to the front of the pack to lead the crowd. If you're a wigger in the chat, you got to repent right now. Take off your black clothes and go put on a quarter zip. All wiggers repent.
Father, we ask for forgiveness from our Black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism. We know he's being God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy.
It's amazing. It's amazing, bro. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable work. It really is. And remember, J.D. Vance said you don't have to apologize for being white in America anymore, you guys.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Yeah, it's true. It's over now. It's over now.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment, for every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality.
And you remember this? This was during the demic. You guys, this came out when everybody was locked in their homes and you couldn't go to work. You couldn't go into, you know, the places you wanted to go. A lot of my favorite restaurants died during that time. It was an apocalyptic time. And then Hollywood did this bullshit. And I said, I'll do my best I will steal everything that you people put out.
Or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters,
our friends, our family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders.
I became a digital pirate after this. I only pirate their content after this. I made a vow to only take from you people forevermore.
We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes, stereotypes, no matter how big or small, to be uttered in my presence.
I will not turn a blind eye. Going for a jog should not be a death sentence. Sleeping in your own home should not be a death sentence.
Playing video games with your nephew should not be a death sentence.
Shopping in a store should not be a death sentence. Business as usual should not be life-threatening. I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I will stand against hate in love. I will make my presence known.
And killer cops must be prosecuted. They are murderers. We can turn the tide. It is time to take responsibility. Call out hate. Step up and take action.
So Hollywood wanted people to call out hate and take action. Shout out to Cafe S Bueno with the $2, bro.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please. Like,
Hollywood wanted people to take action. And that's what this guy did for Black people. He did this for us, all right? I want you to understand how far this guy was willing to go to show solidarity.
Black Lives Matter. Notice there's a black fist there. Notice me, I'm white. Therefore, I cannot physically make the black fist. But what I can do is make this. This is a resistance fist with extended fingers.
Is that what that is back there? I could have thought, I swore that was something totally else, bro. I saw that thing on the shelf back there, and I'm like, that's really, that's a strange one right there. I could have swore that was a different kind of thing. You know, my bad. You know, my mind wanders. My mind wanders. It looked like something totally different. All right, my bad. It looked like something totally different.
Black Lives Matter. Notice there's a black fist there. Notice me, I'm white. Therefore, I cannot physically make the black fist. But what I can do is make this. This is a resistance fist with extended fingers. And that's what you have here. Black Lives Matter. So
if you really want to show your solidarity, just, you know, make your hand like that and do whatever you feel.
Hey, white allies out there, toss this up.
That's right. White allies out there, toss that up. There you go. Shout out to the white allies out there, man.
And well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world. Wow. So gay. So gay.
Black Lives Matter. Notice there's a black fist there. Notice me, I'm white. Therefore, I cannot physically make the black fist. But what I can do is make this. This is a resistance fist with extended fingers. And that's what you have here. Black Lives Matter. So if there are any white allies out there, toss this up. Everybody toss one of these up.
And you people thought this would just go on forever. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Don't get mad now, nigga. Don't get mad now.
Family, I need you to listen closely to our vice president.
You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. You don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
That was J.D. Vance at a recent Turning Point event, the organization that Charlie Kirk founded. And when I heard Vance's words, I had to ask myself, are we in the 21st century or the 19th century? Because Vance stood there with his whole chest and told white America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Now that is
You heard him. You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. I don't know what's so complicated about that.
This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Now that is a dubious and loaded statement. And it makes me ask, when has white America really apologized? White America isn't even apologetic for the injustices it committed. You see, Vance is trying to portray white people as victims, even while they remain firmly in control of this country. Let me tell you what we heard Vance do. He flexed. On behalf of the Trump administration and MAGA, Vance flexed their power. They're telling white America and the rest of America that whites don't have to account for any of it. He's saying that they don't have to apologize for any evil done in the name of whiteness. They're telling white America to forget the legacy of colonialism and white supremacy, slavery, genocide. They want to erase manifest destiny and the doctrine of discovery. They want to ignore, like it never happened, Jim Crow, lynchings, systemic racism, redlining, sharecropping, convict leasing, segregation. They want to ignore the concentrated black poverty that arose out of all of that. We still see today the consequences of all that evil. And he says white America doesn't have to apologize. You know what was really heartbreaking about this as well? Many black people attended that event, including celebrities like Nicki Minaj. You also had black voices during 2024 actively encouraging other black folks to support and vote for this regime. They all co-signed this message that says, basically, our history, our struggle, they don't really matter. And speaking of reparations, I thought these black voices were all about reparations. Clearly, they are not about reparations. And last of all, the vice president's words absolving and excusing the racial injustices that we've suffered in this country could motivate more racial injustices, including violence. And so that's why I say to us, stay woke.
I'm telling you, man, this the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man.
He sounds afraid. You know, I had it on good authority that the white man was gonna have something like what do they call it? A Christmas time crash out. Cause you know me, I be traveling the Chitlin circuit, trying to keep an ear to the street, make sure these niggas ain't up to no good. And I heard the blacks tell me on the Chitlin circuit they was gonna have a Christmas crash out. The white man, he gonna just get mad. He gonna take this country back. It's gonna be like Hunger Games. It's gonna be sections, and they're gonna make us fight for meals, and it's gonna be crazy. This is what they told me. It's gonna be a Christmas time crash out. I'm waiting on. I'm still waiting on it.
I grew up white. Okay, I grew up white. I grew up
I know was taught to not be racist. We're all equal. That's what we were taught. Then I become an adult, and guess what I find out as an adult? That black people are taught to hate white people. So who's the racist? People hate white people because the cops are killing blacks? Is that what's going on? Are more whites getting shot by cops than blacks? Somebody say yes. Because that's the fact. There's a parade and riots and murders and burning cities down because George Floyd, a career criminal, died. Or when that white girl on the train got stabbed in the neck, just whispers. Then the black kid's got the balls to say it to me. He don't know. He's ignorant to the whole situation. I grew up white, okay? Everybody I know was taught to not be racist. We're all equal. That's what we were taught.
And that was a teacher. I'm pretty sure he got fired after that. Because of course he did, right? See, he didn't make the appropriate apologies, and that's why he got fired, probably.
Go ahead, boy.
I hope you put that.
Go ahead. Him too.
Come here, I kiss
Him
him.
too.
Come here, I kiss
Him too.
Because Christ would kiss him. You hear me?
Right.
Because Jesus would kiss him.
Right. Give me a hand there, man.
Jesus.
You have sinned against God himself. For the sake of some random niggas, no less. Like, God. This is amazing work. Listen, I told y'all this was not going to last forever.
I'm just joking about
what does that mean? You don't joke about that. What is
this? This is customer. I'm white trash. I only eat at restaurants with deep fried appetizers. So I know I'm not the Lexus.
What do you mean you're white trash?
Well, I'm just joking about
what does that mean? You don't joke about that. What does that mean you're white trash?
I grew up in a small town and
does that
I'm
make
not
you white trash? Do you feel you're white trash?
Sometimes
that's
I do.
a pretty stinking statement.
I was a little.
But don't you think that's a pretty bad statement about yourself?
No, not necessarily. I don't think people take it
flattering.
seriously.
It doesn't sound flattering. Do you go around calling yourself white trash?
As a
do you
joke
think I want to
sometimes.
hire somebody that's white trash?
No. I say it as a joke sometimes. And
I don't like it as a joke. You know what, Derek? You're fired.
Trump was always on some shit, all right? Trump was always like this. Did you not know what was coming? Did you not understand what was about to happen? It was always going to be like this. You just didn't know. You niggas was high on George Floyd, twerking in the street. You thought the 24-hour gay disco was going to last forever and ever and ever.
This is customer. I'm white trash. I only eat at restaurants with deep fried appetizers. So I know I'm not the Lexus.
What do you mean you're white trash?
Well, I'm just joking about
but what does that mean? You don't joke about that. What does that mean you're white trash?
I grew up in a small town and
does that
I'm
make
not
you white trash? Do you feel you're white trash?
Sometimes
that's
I do.
a pretty stinking statement.
I was a little.
But don't you think that's a pretty bad statement about yourself?
No, not necessarily. I don't think people take it seriously.
It doesn't sound flattering. Do you go around calling yourself white trash?
As a
do you
joke
think I want to
sometimes.
hire somebody that's white trash?
No. I say it as a joke sometimes. And
I don't like it as a joke. You know what, Derek? You're fired. I think that is so stupid for you to say. You're fired.
Okay.
Go.
All right.
Terrible.
Since you're white trash and all, come back and act like a man. Look, Trump was on some shit, man. And you know what? I was looking for the video of this event because I remember seeing this when it came out. There was like an oppression walk or something like that. They went out into nature and simulated oppression or something goofy. It was a bunch of goofy stuff. I couldn't find that video. I couldn't find that, but like, bro, I'm telling you, the cringe is real, bro. There was so much cringe out there.
Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And if you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college, because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control.
I am proud to be white. 3, 2, 1.
Just be in the middle.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
All right.
Gotta pick a side. Pick a side. I don't know which side to pick. Don't hate you guys.
I almost went there too. It's like
I think
so
like
hard.
guiltily, like I'm like happy that I'm not oppressed, but I'm not proud of like things people have done in the past.
When I think of being proud of something, I think of something I worked for, or that I had to do nothing to be white, absolutely nothing, and nothing was taken from me because I was white.
It's like saying I'm a proud white person is a completely different saying than saying I'm a proud black person. Because when you hear I'm a proud black person, I think empowerment, I think strength, I think courage, I think, all these amazing things that the black community has done and accomplished throughout the years. But then when you say I'm a proud white person, already there's so much like hate involved in that.
Thing about that is like how you said, someone who says I'm proud to be black, that's empowerment. Why aren't I allowed to be proud to be white? What makes it wrong?
Yeah, what are you proud of? Just your skin color? Because yes, that is wrong.
So you're saying I can't be proud to be white because I don't have a culture?
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's that when white people say they're proud to be white, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, they're talking about their skin color, that they're not a different race. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But as like we were talking about, as a proud black person, they've been oppressed, that a lot of their culture was stolen from them. And a lot of reasons that I don't like proud to be white is because it has, the Nazis used it. The KKK used it. I don't want to be associated.
Not the Germans, not the K's. Oh God, come on.
And a lot of reasons that I don't like proud to be white is because it has, the Nazis used it. The KKK used it. I don't want to be associated with any of those things. So I'm just going to completely stay away from that.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would not want to be anything else. If I had to choose another race, I don't know what I would be. I'm okay with where I am, even though I'm getting backlash about being white.
Good for you. Good for you. Won't catch you in here doing this bullshit. Remember this lady? She tried to be our president, you guys. This lady thought she could be the president.
As I speak, I'm going to ask the white Americans in the room to please repeat after me. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country, to you and all African.
They are literally in church. Is this a naked black man? Do they all have their hands on a bald-headed naked black man? What are they doing? This is like that Madonna video. Just like a dream, you are not what you seem. Just like a prayer, your voice can take me there. This is some Madonna shit. They about to blow a black guy in church.
As I speak, I'm going to ask the white Americans in the room to please repeat after me. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country, to you and all African Americans.
Look at this shit. They got a prayer circle. Everybody, I need all the non-black people to reach out and touch a black person right now. I need all of the non-black people to reach out and put your hands on a black person, right? Just, you know how they do that in church too, right? They do that in church, turn to the person next to you and say, Jesus loves you. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit they do in church. Turn to the nigga closest to you and say the white man is sorry, y'all. Turn to the Negro nearest you and tell him that the white man apologizes, y'all. Amen.
From the beginning of our nation's history, in honor of your ancestors and on behalf of your children, please hear this from my heart. I apologize.
Ooh. Ooh. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? That felt good. That felt good. That felt real good. Ooh. Ooh. I need to hear that again.
I apologize.
Try not to get emotional, actually. Try not to get emotional. It's so fucking beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Oh my, this is all I ever wanted. I didn't even know I wanted it until I heard it. This is all I ever wanted. I am a complete Negro now. I am a thoroughly completed Negro. I am fully 100% completed. I feel a little bit healed. I feel a little bit healed. I feel strong. I believe I can fly. Oh, I feel so good right now. Oh my God, this is dope.
History.
I believe I can touch the sky.
In honor of your ancestors and on behalf of your children, please hear this from my heart. I apologize. Please forgive us.
Whoa. Forgive you. Nobody said a damn thing about forgiving you. Hold up. You white people got me messed up. These white people, no, that's not how this works. You can apologize, and it's great. It's great, and I thank you for that. But forgive me, a nigga. You thought that. Oh shit, no, no. No, that's not what this is about. That's not. No.
There's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
Please hear this from my heart. I apologize. Please forgive us.
If you thought I was going to stop talking about my Jim Crow and my slavery and my 400 years because you said some nice words to me in church one day, you got this all wrong. This is dope, but I'm not giving up my Jim Crow. I will never give up this oppression. I will never give up my history, my struggle. You think I'm going to stop my struggle? You crazy.
With this prayer, I acknowledge the depth of the evils that have been perpetrated against Black people in America. From slavery to lynchings to white supremacist laws to the denial of voting rights, to all the ways, both large and small, all of them evil, all of them wrong.
If you're really sorry, you would get me my 40 acres and a white woman. I mean, since we apologized and since you want to be forgiven and all that, 40 acres and a white woman. That's my price. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I can see you all looking at me right now. Don't judge me. 40 acres and a white woman. That's the price of my forgiveness, y'all.
To white supremacist laws, to the denial of voting rights, to all the ways, both large and small, all of them evil, all of them wrong, for all the oppression.
No, seriously, 40 acres and a white woman. What the hell am I gonna do with a mule? GB, what the hell am I gonna do with a mule, bro? Like really? It's 2025. What am I gonna do with a mule? Give me a thick country white girl. She can carry shit on her back. What the hell I need with a mule for? 40 acres and a white woman. That's the deal, bro. You want a forgiveness or not? Do you want to be forgiven or not? Those are my terms. If you want to be forgiven, those are my terms. 40 acres and one white woman to be determined later.
And all of the injustices. I apologize. Please forgive us.
Well, first of all, the government should never have made the deal with the...
This nigga said no. How you gonna tell me no? Y'all the ones need to be forgiven, bro. How you gonna tell me no? Y'all the ones, all right, well, fine. Fine. I guess we're just gonna keep this up forever and ever and ever. Nigga can't come up off 40 acres and a white woman. Okay, well. Since you would be the woman in question, that's the deal. 40 acres and you. You want to be forgiven or not? 40 acres and you. That's the deal. Gotta put you to work or something. I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna give you a to-do list. 40 acres is a lot. I'm pretty sure there's a lot for you to do. Gotta get this plantation up and running. All of a sudden, people act like they don't want to be forgiven. It's crazy.
For all the oppression and all of the injustices. I apologize. Please forgive us.
Well, first of all, the government should never have made the deal with the big pharma that they couldn't negotiate. That was just part of the regular...
Hold up. Snowman says, how about 40 grams and a stripper? Bro, you're not about to give me a 40 ball for my reparations, bro. You niggas think you slick. You're not about to hit me with a 40 ball and call it reparations. No. We did not suffer all these years of Jim Crow, all these years of oppression, all these racist white supremacy laws. We did not suffer all this abuse, 12 years a slave, lost half a foot, and you're going to give me a 40 ball? No, nigga, no. Deal is off, bro. Deal is off.
Corruption by which multinational corporations have their way with us. You know, I want to say that while I agree with, I'm with Senator Bennett and others, but I agree with almost everything here. I'll tell you one thing. It's really nice that we've got all these plans, but if you think we're going to beat Donald Trump by just having all these plans, you got another thing coming. Because he didn't win by saying he had a plan. He won by simply saying, make America great again. We've got to get deeper than just these superficial fixes, as important as they are. Even if we're just talking about the superficial.
Albert in the chat says, nah, I need an untouched Becky. Look, he won his 40 acres and a white woman. I know how to negotiate. I understand what niggas really want, all right? I am speaking for Team Negro right now. I know exactly what these niggas really want. That's all most of these niggas ever really wanted anyway. 40 acres and a Becky.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny Heaven. Snow Bunny Heaven.
That's all you really wanted anyway. That's what it was all headed for. That's what it was all headed for, you know? Make the white man go through all of this shit. Just put a price on the table, bro. Just, you know, let's deal. Let's negotiate. Horse trading. This is how things have always been done. This is how wars have always been ended, all right? Eventually, dudes just got to come to the table and be like, all right, you know, you get to live over there. You can have those bitches, and we're going to live over here and have these bitches, and, you know, life goes on, right? That's the deal, bro. That's the way it is, man. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that's not the history of the world. The whole world has been decided on various deals regarding 40 acres and a Becky. What was that war? What the goddamn Greeks, Helen of Troy, all right? They were at war for like 40 years. 40 years in the Becky. I'm telling you, this is just the way it is in the world, bro. I be reading history. I'm trying to get to the root of shit. I understand what happened. Trying to solve the problem. You know what? I was just about to get out of here, right? I was just about to get out of here, but you know what? I'm having a second thought. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Support the panel, y'all. Support the panel. These niggas come in here and put their feet on my couch. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Nope, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, GB. You're just lucky the deal's off. 40 acres is a lot of land. That's all I'm saying. The link is in the chat, by the way. The link is in the chat. JD Vance has said that the white people don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Freeman's Journal, welcome to the show, bro. What's going on? So, what do you think about these new turn of events? Wait, before you say anything, I'm going to say one word, just one word: pendulum.
Yeah, man. I mean, it as predicted, right? Pendulums do not stop in the middle. So when you have now this would be a good time to show that Ashley Shackelford picture, right? And when you have, fat black women telling white people that they are inherently racist and guilty just because they're white, well, there's going to be some pushback. I mean, sorry.
Damn, I was looking for that. I lost it. Sometimes it's hard to dig things up on Twitter again, but I had that exact thing the other day, and I erased the bookmark. But Angry Snowman, are you done apologizing? Can I get one last apology just for old time's sake?
How about this offer instead?
We're negotiating again. All right.
How about $40 in a passport?
$40
in an American passport.
I'm already an American. What do you mean?
An American passport is like.
Oh, you want to get rid of me?
Anything across the world, dude?
Nah. You know what? Honestly, Passport Bros got the block hot right now. I'm staying in Brooklyn. I'm hiding out. I'm keeping my head down. I'm gonna get me a little fitted cap.
Okay, how about
a hoodie?
How about 40 fat, overweight Beckys that are nurses in a pickup truck?
That might work. That might work. You can spread the Beckys
but you
around.
Can't give them back once you take them. No gives these backsies at all. Once you take them, they're yours forever.
I think we got the workings of an arrangement. We could be on to something here. Oh, what is this in the back chat? What are you putting up here?
That's Ashley Shackelford.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Now, you know what? Let me see if I can type
now, you know damn well if that black woman had pale white skin, you'd be like, oh, I want me some Becky.
No, man. Actually, I like dark-skinned women. Zero. No.
Well, I wasn't referencing you, Friedman's, on that. Oh. I was talking to Hood on that one.
Oddly enough, I don't like when black women my skin color. I like them either dark or light skin with dark hair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I am with white girls. I either like them really tan or really pale.
Yeah, it seems like that is the chiaroscuro of attraction.
Hey, shout out to a GB in the chat with the 199. So JV is doing the widow or not? You know, that is the girl talk of the town. But girls want that to happen because y'all like drama.
She's trying to thirst trap everyone with that smile anyhow.
Man, that is some AI bull. Get out of here. I don't trust none of these.
Look at me. I'm a smiley, happy woman.
I mean, well, what else do you want a woman to look like? Is she supposed to look like a bitch? Like, at least look happy, even if it's fake, goddammit.
Well, at least if she looks like a bitch, I know what to expect.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ain't no winning, man. Ain't no winning. What are you going to do? Chick can't even be pretty no more. Nothing. That's crazy. This is where we are right now. Shout out to Smarty Pants. He says, Hood. Shout out to Smarty Pants with the $2. He says, Hood, you'll get 72 Becks in an acre and SB heaven. Snow Bunny heaven. I feel like I've been gifted like a kingdom or some shit. Oh man, y'all killing me right now. Shout out to Rational Daz with the $2. He says, F your couch, Panda time. Big facts, Panda time. Appreciate y'all guys coming up. We got a little bit of time. I got about an hour to kill. We're gonna get up out of here, maybe. Oh, Bandit. Yo, you got Bandit mic. Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, I got a quick question for you.
God damn, Bandit. What the hell is going on your end? Are you living through an active hurricane as we speak?
Yeah, he's driving through a tornado right now. He's on his way to Snow Bunny heaven.
I'm driving. My car is loud as hell. It is nature of the beast. Old piece of shit. So here's my
Sounds
question.
Like you're driving a fucking tractor.
Shut up, leave me alone. I want to hear the question.
Okay. So here's the question: if you guys got 40 acres and a mule, or a woman, whatever you want to call it, I don't care.
What do I need with a mule?
Okay, 40 acres and a woman. Okay, and never have to hear about Jim Crow or all the other crap. Would you take that trade?
They can't do that. Come on now.
Oh,
you know damn well they could keep their end of the bargain on that one.
That was my original trade. I'm telling you, Lamb plus the Becky, a lot of dudes will go. I'm telling you, as representative of Team Negro, I'm just saying a lot of these niggas will go.
And the first time you bring that shit up that we just reparated you for, that means you lose everything and you go to Guantanamo Bay.
Well, yeah, you gotta put some restrictions in the rule.
No, you go to Venezuela. You go to that prison in Venezuela. With Centreos, you go there.
No, listen, man. Yvette Carnell already let it out of the bag, right? She said reparations is a down payment. They'll never give it up. Never.
Well,
no, Bandit, I was muting you when you're not talking because your background is crazy. If you're gonna jump in, jump in. But if you're quiet for a minute, you got to mute up because the background is a lot.
Yeah, that tractor's really loud, dude.
I know. But no, sorry, you were saying something about Yvette Carnell, Freeman's Journal.
No, yeah, she gave up the trick, right? It's just a way to keep the social leverage and the social dynamic of being like the downtrodden and oppressed going, right? This is just another play on that, right? Because when she was I did a show on it. She's got a little interview. She's like, "Oh, reparations is a good like down payment." Like they're never giving it up. Never.
Absolutely not.
And that's why Vance he just has to rip the scab off, just telling people, look, just stop apologizing. Just stop doing it. You know, it's funny. Actually, I was on Pearl Davis's channel a couple of days ago. I actually made it up on the panel. And we were talking about black fatigue and all. And I made this exact point because who was on the panel? You know who was on the panel? The flexible nigga. That's who was on the panel, Mr. Flexible.
Want to be masculine showing, but bend over bandits.
What? Who?
That was Sharon.
Sharon.
The flexible nigga.
Oh, Sharon was on there.
Sharon Break Me was on the panel.
Yeah, Mr. Flexible was up there. And he was being flexible and shit, and just being gay on the panel. You know how he is. And at one point, the not Pearl, but her guest, her co-host or whatever, Doug, I think his name is, he just kicked him like just abruptly, mid-sentence, just bye, nigga. And right after that, I was like, you know what? That's literally the cure to black fatigue right there. Just stop. Just stop dealing with shit. Just say no. Just be firm. Just not deal with shit. Don't apologize.
You know, it's easier for white people if you just never apologized for anything to begin with. It's really that simple. What the fuck do white people have to apologize for?
Slavery, Jim Crow, oppression.
Fuck your slavery.
400 years
Fuck your
of
slavery.
brutality.
Your slavery wasn't any better than mine.
No,
fuck you and your slavery.
No, wait, we about to go. We about to go slave for slave now. That's what we about to do. We about to have a slave off.
Sure, we can, because I'm pretty sure the Irish were enslaved a whole lot longer than the fucking blacks were. 1,000 years, buddy.
Fucking blacks.
I don't know, bro. Because if you look on those some of those pyramid hieroglyphics, bro, they not all pharaohs. Some of those dudes are they were carrying.
You notice
shit.
how all the slaves happen to be white on all them hieroglyphs?
Nope, those were black slaves. Nope, you're not gonna take my black slavery from me.
Ain't not a single one of them fucking hieroglyphs got afros or fucking cornrows, dude. Those were not black people. Those are white folks.
Simultaneously, bro. You know how you gonna tell me? You wasn't even there. Wasn't no white people there. Don't stop telling. You're gonna take Egypt from me,
dude. I know how to look at artwork and see what I see.
No, nigga, we was slaves and we was kings. You can't tell me. It's my history. It's not your history.
Wait, what? Wait, now what's our motto? We was kings. We was kings.
It's crazy work. Crazy work. Unbelievable. The audacity of whiteness, bro.
No, it's the caucasity. Get it right. The caucasity.
The caucasity of whiteness, bro. It's too much. God, oh man. Well, I guess that's over. No more apologies, huh? It's been nice. I don't know what we're gonna do now.
I never apologized to begin with. Fuck all you guys. I mean, for real, why should I fucking care about what somebody else's ancestors went through? I don't even care what mine went through.
Oh, that's like that Michael Jordan quote. He's like, I don't even talk to my kids.
Hey, I got kids I can't stand. Why the fuck? Why would I care about you?
Oh man. Jim Eagle about to rise up, y'all. It's gonna be crazy work.
This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
Oh boy. What are we gonna do with you white guys, man? What are we gonna do with the white guys, man? It's crazy business, man. It's crazy business.
I think what it is like Smarty Pants said. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. All them Africans tried to enslaving all them cracker ass fucking Irish, and then the Irish was like, yeah, hold my beer. I'll show you what's up.
There was hella black dudes on Pearl Stream.
And then all of a sudden everybody got mad because we did it better.
Wait, say that again. You did what better?
We enslaved people better, sir.
No, not really. I mean, the Arabs never stopped.
Don't hate the player, hate
Arabs still snatching blacks out of Africa, bro.
It's not
well, we're not talking about the Arabs. We're talking about blacks and whites, sir. Blacks and whites.
You want to leave those other ones out of it? All right.
Yes,
all right.
the other ones we're talking about blacks and whites, and the whites did it better than the blacks.
Well, better. It was hand in hand. The blacks were getting the blacks for the whites.
Sir. I mean, it's not like it went to Africa and just plucked us off of trees. You know what I mean?
You wasn't picking fruit out there.
No, we were out there catching big ass black butterflies.
You're getting them signed, sealed, and delivered. Just pulling up in the coast like, what up? Like a used car lot.
Wait a minute. You know, I realized that although Twitter, X, it's almost an infinite farm of content. It fails to let me down. I mean, it almost never lets me down. However, I've learned that a proper search of the cringe isn't complete without a trip to TikTok. TikTok cringe is some of the purest.
You ever hold on
cringe.
before you play anything, just scroll through the people, and you can almost just by looking at them tell that they're going to say something that makes you want to be ashamed to even
Snowman, that white guy kind of looks like you. I don't even know why you would say that. I don't even know why you started talking like you should have just shut the fuck up. You should have just shut your mouth.
That looks nothing like me, sir. Nothing like me.
Yeah.
Wait,
nothing like me.
That's your son. What are you talking about? Got a beard too.
That
very well could be my son. I'm not even going to try and negate that. That could be my son. You know.
I don't know why you walked into that building, man. I was just gonna let the video play, but you just had to throw a flag on the play. Here we are.
They all look goofy though.
People, we fuck our own kids. We smell like dirty pennies and should have died from SIDS.
Whoa.
We are white people.
Wow.
That was dark. I'm gonna back away slowly. Okay.
See what I'm saying, dude? I already knew before he opened his fucking mouth he was going to say something retardedly gay.
All right. This one's got a nose ring. This one's got a nose ring, so you know. You know.
Absolutely no one is asking you to apologize for being white. And it's weird that I've gotten hundreds of comments that say that that's what's happening. No one's ever asking someone to apologize for being white. I've never heard that in my life, in my entire fucking life. No, never. And why can't I be proud to be white? Because what does that mean? What is it you're proud of?
Yes, I am proud of the color of my skin.
You can understand what they're proud of, why they feel that way. And if you're like, I'm proud of my Irish heritage or those roots or whatever, cool. Yeah, I get it. But just being white, why are you proud? What does that mean? No one,
I'm
absolutely.
making a prediction. I'm gonna make a call right now. You know how like you got the whole Groyper thing, and they're playing with Adolf edits. You know, he even was on Piers Morgan, and Piers asked him like, "Well, why do you like Adolf?" And he's like, "Well, because he's cool." You know, mark my words. We're gonna bend the corner. We're gonna bend the curve, and get to a point where when they ask you, "Well, what do you like about being white?" and some young 18-year-old kid from nowhere is going to be like, honestly, antebellum slavery was pretty fucking fun, and I'm tired of pretending it wasn't.
All I'm saying is that white girl right there, she's got great skin complexion, like for real, but she would look so much better if somebody sewed her fucking mouth shut.
Her parents didn't do a service by didn't aborting her. I mean, come on.
Oh God.
Jeez, relax, Bandit. God damn.
So, J.D. Vance recently said that white people no longer have to apologize for being white. And then he went on to talk about how diversity, equity, and inclusion is in the dustbin of history where it belongs. These people are blatant now. These people are blatantly white supremacists, and they're making no apologies for it. These people are no longer blowing racial dog whistles. These people are blowing racial trumpets. They don't give a damn anymore. They're making their racism and their hatred obvious, overt, and clear. They're no longer playing around. And as far as they're concerned, any history that's about the truth, any history about slavery, any history about Jim Crow, they want to suppress that. And they want to give us a whitewashed history. And they think that if you tell true history, then that's basically making people feel ashamed for being white. No, it's not about that. It's about actual facts. You can't whitewash.
Where are the facts?
The fact of the matter is, yeah, you did enslave African people for hundreds of years in this country. Yes, it is, in fact, true that these founding fathers that wrote these documents about liberty and all that kind of stuff owned Black people, enslaved Black people, violated Black people in every imaginable way. And if that history makes you uncomfortable, oh well, who gives a damn? Facts are facts. And, this Trump administration can't be reasoned with. They just have to be defeated, man. These people are our enemies, and we need to deal with them as such. So, JD Vance recently said,
Hey, Snowman Bandit, one of you guys want to volunteer and get this dude a hug? I think he needs a hug right now.
You know what? Part of me almost wishes that when they did the 3/5 compromise, they would have just made black people whole people instead of 3/5 of a person. That way they could have been actually used for numbers down south. That way slavery could still be going today. The South would have had the numbers to vote it into power if they wouldn't have done the 3/5 compromise.
Hey, let's ease up on the nuance there. Remember your audience.
No, I'm just saying that's what's going to start happening. People are just going to start like, you know what? Jim Crow was actually cool. All right, we had everything.
No, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be if you don't like America, get the fuck out. That's what it's gonna be.
Well, that's already where it is. It was low key like that anyway.
You're gonna see it everywhere. You're gonna see like 7-year-olds going, if you don't like it here, get the hell out. And that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think yeah, I mean that is happening, but there's going to be I think when the dam breaks, I guess, on conservative minorities, you know, it's going to be like a tidal wave, you know, and we're not there yet, but I think it's close.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out here real quick. We had since the year 2000, 25 years of basically silencing people for wrong think. What happens if conservatives took that mentality and started silencing people for wrong think, but on the other side?
Right.
I mean, that's the way it should kind of go. That's the nature of power. That's what the conservatives weren't doing in the first place. But yeah,
you can see it now with the whole Ben Shapiro crap, saying you should deplatform people for wrong think on Israel. That, I mean, it's already happening. It's just it hasn't.
But that's the problem with like that kind of power. It's always a matter of, well, you know, friend enemy distinction, and that's why that very issue is pulling apart the whole right wing MAGA thing, because it's you know, America first versus AIPAC essentially, and you will get muted for, you know, AIPAC. So
you know what? I think that is the limiting factor, though, right? It makes the co-opting fairly difficult, right? Because there's an extra element that wasn't there when like the Tea Party was popular. So Conservative Inc., you know, Ben Shapiro et al. Could co-opt that easily, right? That snap their fingers and co-opt it. Co-opting America first is a little bit trickier. Right?
But let's think about this. Where's AIPAC gonna go? Even if the right says we're not gonna hear about your crap anymore, are they gonna go to the left? The left wants them dead. They have nowhere to go.
And that's what's happening. It's crazy, right?
They're going to be, they're basically, we're watching them getting excised from the party. That's exactly what's happening. They're having the purge right now. We're watching it as we speak.
Well, you know, I would pay attention to Florida, right? Florida's governorship is going to be important, very important.
Well,
right?
Florida's lost. Florida has anti-Semitism laws. Like, you can't even say anything about
it's not. No. It's not that.
My friend lives in Florida. He read me the whole statute. He can't say anything online about him, otherwise he gets a fine. It's bullshit.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about James Fishback versus Byron Donald, right? That's what I'm talking about for governorship, not necessarily that. Because one is, you know, a wholly owned subsidiary of AIPAC, the other is not. So that is what I mean when you need to pay attention to. So,
I'm gonna run another clip real quick. Let me see what this guy's talking about.
Well, by golly me, I'll be darned. When the heck did white people start apologizing for being white? And where's mine? It's my apology, and I need it now.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Well, heck, this is news to me. Did y'all get yours in the mail? Because I didn't see mine. I ain't even seen them apologizing for microaggressions yet. They was apologizing for being white this whole time and nobody told me nothing? No, but wait. This is one of my favorite parts, though. Because watch when he says that we don't treat anybody differently based on race or sex. Watch that lady who stood up at the end.
Don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs.
Miss, why is you standing up clapping? He talking about you. He think you shouldn't have no job and you need to be barefoot and cooking in the kitchen. What are you clapping for? Anyway, I'll be right here patiently waiting for my apology. Well, by golly me.
I mean, I think a lot of conservative women would rather be that way than working right now, to be honest.
Hello, JD Vance. I'm Linda, and I have never, ever, not once in my life apologized for being white. And it explains a lot about the person you are that you have felt a need to apologize for something completely outside of your control. I've never apologized for being white. I've never apologized for being Latina. I've never apologized for being a woman or 5'7" or right-handed. I've never felt a need to apologize for who I am. I have, however, apologized plenty of times for things I have said and done. And it speaks volumes that while you have felt the need to apologize for something you can't change, the color of your skin, you don't feel the need to apologize for your deplorable actions or false statements or deliberate attempts to offend. You clearly haven't felt the need to apologize for trying to shame a world leader during a press conference in the Oval Office, no less. You haven't felt the need to apologize to the Haitian residents of Springfield, Ohio, for insisting they were eating people's pets, even after you admitted you'd made up the story. You haven't felt the need to apologize for questioning the competence of the UK's military, calling one of our closest allies a, quote, random country that hasn't fought a war in 30 or 40 years.
You know what's so crazy about these videos? After just playing an hour or so of just, different apologies, people getting on their knees and all that stuff, people washing black people's feet, it was all kind of stuff happening after the George Floyd thing. And now it's like we all want to forget that ever happened. If black people really want to forget like the weird kind of orgy it was like a weird orgy of just violence and racial hostility and twerking and madness. And now it's like, what, me? No, I never did that. Hell, a lot of the people that had channels that were talking about that shit and all proud to be out there looting and whatnot, they have disappeared from the internet.
It's weird, man, because it almost seems like these black folks that like those types of situations where white people are getting down on their hands and knees.
In the United States of America,
and kissing their feet and, telling them that they're sorry and yada, yada, yada. Dude, if you think about it, it's like a dope head mentality. All they're doing is they want to keep getting a bunch of quick little highs off of one or two white people, belittling themselves for them. It's fucking crazy. Like I said, it's a dope head mentality. Let me get my quick high off of this.
Guys, have you seen that video by that Louisa girl that her video from when she was 13, so 3 years ago, is coming around because she was saying I just want to know,
why are you listening to someone that sold you?
In the United States,
she sold your people.
Once I hit a certain age, as a white woman, take my fucking license away. Take my license away. Take it away. Because apparently, when you hit a certain age, as a white woman, you can't drive worth a motherfucker. No.
That might be true.
I don't disagree with that at all, man. I think anybody over 70 needs, at 60, you should have to take, regular fucking driving tests to make sure you can still drive.
White people, I'm sorry. I need you to just make my day better, make me feel better. Get in my comments, apologize to me and the rest of us on behalf of your great-great-granddaddy, for having my great-great-grandma outside pregnant or not, picking cotton in this heat. Have y'all been outside? Just
I heard she liked it. Shut up.
say sorry. I mean, white people, I'm sorry. White people, I'm sorry.
All right.
Why would
all right.
I want to know why I would apologize for my great 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 granddaddy making sure that her great great grandma was in good shape.
Maybe she should apologize to me for my great great uncle fighting in the Civil War for the North.
Well, I'm just saying, no, honestly, maybe if she went out and picked a little bit of cotton in that Georgia heat, she wouldn't be as big as she is.
I mean, speaking of fighting in the Civil War, right? White folk are going to start turning the reparations argument around. Like, I want money for my great great granddaddy that died freeing your black asses. All right, he was a soldier and what was that at Andersonville? All right, I want money for that shit. You niggas
realize
owe
that
me.
was the death toll in the Civil War was like 3% of the country, right? So since it was all men fighting, it's 6% of all men in America died in the Civil War. That is bonkers. Just do that math now.
Huge numbers. Lots of bodies, bro. Lots of white bodies.
Well, did you guys hear about like the last Civil War payout was like 15 years ago?
What do you mean payout? In sense of what?
Like their pension. One of the guys from the Civil War married.
Yeah, I read about that too. That
wait, what?
Because there was a lot of black women that were out using that, trying to mislead people, saying that there were still survivors of slavery that were alive. And what happened was a Civil War, a person that was in the Civil War when he was in his 90s, and this is like 1932 in his 90s, ended up marrying someone who was 17. That way she could continue getting his pension.
Yep. And then she died in like 2015 or something like that.
Right.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, but you got people like I forget there was some of these woke black women out here that like to spread that fake Black history shit, trying to say that there was a survivor of the Civil War that just died in the 2012 or whatever. And I looked it up and I was like, Jesus Christ, you didn't even read the article, did you? All you read was the headline.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Reading's fundamental.
Reading is white supremacy. That's why they don't push for it.
Look what I just found. Who's that in the back?
Uh-oh, Mississippi.
Leonard.
Likes to read.
Leonard.
It's crazy. Oh, man, he gonna do some Courtney push-ups?
Hey, Leonard.
What's going on?
What's going on, Leonard, man? Have you heard the news? Have you heard the good news today, sir? Have you heard the good news? I'm bet you like the Jehovah's Witness, man. Have you heard the good news?
What's the good news?
The white man ain't got to apologize for being white no more.
Well, like Craig's mother in the movie Friday, when Miss Parker had said, "Call me when you get home from work." Okay. Okay.
Hey, shout out to Smarty Pants real quick with the $2. He says people act like whites aren't only 10% of the world. Yeah, technically white people are a global minority.
Well, I don't know. This is the thing with me. As I'm out here get my grandpa on. Somebody wanted ribs. I was like, okay, I'll make you ribs. But I don't know why you have such a large percentage quantity, whatever you want to call it, of black folk that think white folks are just well off just because they were born white.
You ain't lying, Leonard. You want to hear something funny? When I first got on YouTube, first got on YouTube and started hopping around the Chitlin circuit and talking to a lot of these brothers, you know, I actually, what you're saying is a fact, because I don't know how many different black dudes think that I got like some kind of indemnity check or something from places like Orville Redenbacher and Chase Bank and shit like that, just because they're owned by white people and I'm a white person. They really think that shit.
Hold up.
Bruh, like I said, it's
hold on. Wait
so
a minute, Leonard. Wait a minute, Leonard.
Okay,
He's
I'm holding.
trying to lie now. He's lying now. I know for a fact you get slavery dividends.
No, sir, I don't.
Oh my goodness, there we go. Well, look here.
I sure don't, dude. I've never got a check. I've never
like
got
when you own a stock, right?
Sir, I've never got any amount of money simply for being white.
Bro, it's like when you own a stock, you still get money from it. You don't have to sell it. You get a little bit of dividend. That's how you keep your whiteness up. Come on,
White dividends. Well, if there's such a thing, hold on now. If there's such a thing as white dividends, then what some Chicago darkies said about me beating a criminal case a decade ago, I guess it's truth to that, because if you got white dividends, evidently I have light skin privilege.
I'm not even trying to get into the light skin, dark skin thing. You
I don't know. Come on now. Let's let it all hang out. Let's let it. If they're white dividends, then there's light skin privilege too. Come on now.
Leonard, if the light skinned nigga done apologizing for being light skinned?
Done apologizing or ever?
Hey, I'm saying if the white man ain't got
that's what I'm saying.
For being white,
never apologize.
Why should you apologize for being light?
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't have to apologize. I don't even apologize for the Blue Vein Society. Hello. Hey, I gotta I gotta grab this charger from upstairs. But yeah. So all that stuff is ridiculous. I'm sitting here like this here. What need to be done is folk need to get off their hind parts and doggone get to working and do what they need to do to get what they need to get. And that's all it is. And all of this other stuff, especially with, you know, that little hood mentality, I'm just like, oh man, that's so extra. That is so extra.
Hood mentality is nothing but baby mama mentality on steroids.
That's my
you got.
That's the Christmas show. We're gonna talk about the end of the streets. All of a sudden, these niggas don't want to be gangsters no more.
Yeah, because see, you had this one. She gonna tell me, you know, bitch gonna tell me, well, if you wouldn't have went to the army, you wouldn't be shit. I said, well, you still ain't shit. So who winning?
So she trying to shame you for making the right choices to benefit your life?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That's how it goes.
That's like saying, well, if you wouldn't have went to college and got that doctorate degree, you wouldn't be making $250,000 a year.
Exactly. That's it.
If you wouldn't have graduated from high school, you wouldn't have been able to get that supervisor job making you $60,000.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like, you know, because you had them that are talking about, you know, you sold out the hood, went to fight the white man war, and okay, all that's real cute to the ear, right? But then they look at how myself and my children that did the same are living, and they just can't fathom why they can't live like that. I said, well, the first thing, you won't move away from, you know, you're living in an urban ghetto, right? So you're around a bunch of Wakandans in Blackistan, and you won't try to do anything better because you don't want to lose your quote unquote black card. Yeah, I mean that's what they do, and I'd be sitting there like, okay, y'all, too doggone much, but hey, you know,
that's crazy. In order to keep your black card, you got to live in a state of perpetual victimhood. That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when
culture. It's a point I was making
of their identity.
There it is. All right, I was talking about this to on DJ Witch Doctor's panel one night, and they were talking about black this, black that. No, but they're really talking about black culture, and a lot of people were just sort of naming superficial shit, and I just kind of went right for the kill. Like, you realize almost everything about black culture is like reflected off of white culture. Hold up, Leonard. I got to mute you, Leonard. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, that's loud.
I was saying that a lot of what y'all talking about in black culture, your struggle, all that stuff is like low key connected to white people. It's like a lot of black culture is really just opposition to white in one way or another. And people didn't really like the sound of it at first, but then they started bringing up examples, and I'm like, look, see, there it is. But that's kind of the thing. It's like so much of black thought and energy is just devoted to like coming up with all these reasons to be mad at the white people.
Yeah, it's bizarro land. Like literally you stake the opposite. Like when I always show the racial dot map, right? And cross-reference that with Zillow. It's like, in general, white wealth collects in cities. In general, black poverty collects in cities. Like the exact opposite dynamic.
I'm gonna run this clip you got.
And I just asked them a simple question. I said, where did they get the horses from? And they thought I was joking with it. They were like, Africa, of course. And
I remember this.
Crap, what is going on?
Hey, you know what? Not only that, I'm willing to bet the entire cattle herding industry was probably introduced to Africa. It wasn't created natively. That's just a suspicion.
And I have the same line of questioning, just very basic things, when people invoke all the stuff about the Moors and stuff. I'm like, okay, where did they get their horses from?
Oh boy.
I mean, honestly, Moorish horses were probably all literally Arabian horses. Just because.
Here's the thing. Why was that information about the slaves doing this or the Africans having this powerful tribe and all that? Why was that so important to that person?
Identity.
Exactly. Why? Because he's just black.
Correct.
And the identity is also a religious in some. It's a religion in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's going to be my new phrase, right? People are like, oh, I don't get it. Well, of course you don't get it. You're just black.
Stop.
It's brutal, but it's simple, and it does kind of. There's a finality to it.
You're just black.
I mean, you guys could say that. I don't think I could get away with saying that.
One thing at a time, buddy. One thing at a time. You just stopped apologizing today. Come on.
Well, you're not even just black. You're actually just brown. Let's keep it a buck.
I mean, really, for real, nothing about me is black, right? That's literally
dude, you're going a little too far there, Hood.
I'm just saying.
Don't get carried away, buddy. We like you over here on the white part of the world, but don't get too carried away.
No, but no, it really is like a weird social construct, black. It's like a social class in a category. But even outside of that, when you try to talk about like the culture of it all, a lot of that stuff, shout out, seen 18th letter in the chat. He was asking, isn't a lot of black culture, what do you say here? Isn't our existence and history in this country in opposition to white people? No. We have kind of been walked into this path or down this path rather, but no, that is not our identity in this country.
Yeah,
that's what people want it to be.
That might be some black people. Well, I'd say that might be some black people's identity historically in this country. But
it's time to whip out the Marxism.
But the truth is, no, all I'm saying is there were plenty of black people that weren't in opposition. They were helping trying to build this nation from the ground up. That were free men.
Yeah. On the one hand, and see, black folk are a little bit schizophrenic about this black slave identity thing.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know how to separate black free men of history from black slaves of history.
Right. And so this idea that, you know, we was all oppressed, we was all in chains, we was just all having a constant bad day, just 400 years of bad days.
Well, see, even that, man, is still a narrative, right? And that's why the 1950s, the state of blacks is so dangerous, right? That's why they freak out when you say that, because black people were more married, black people were, you know, owning banks, right? Bernard Garrett was owning banks. You had plenty of like rich blacks, right? There was money there. There were families there. How to sell to a Negro, that is like the capitalist equivalent of they got some money and we want it.
Right.
That's why they made it.
You know, if you think about it, black has kind of become the most profitably successful cult in America.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Successful what? Say that again.
Cult, sir. Cult.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like I said, I've always thought of it. The black identity has kind of been the religion that has overtaken proper Christianity. And so like that's why the black church is a quote black church. It's a very black thing. You know, how a lot of these churches, you go in there, they got kints of cloth up on the you know, decorations or whatever on the podium. And they talk about oppression. You know, they got the one church now where they literally got a BLM fist right on the podium or whatever. And it's turned into this thing of like a religion of self-worship.
I remember the first time I went to a black church. It wasn't all welcoming and warm and fuzzy when I first walked through the door. I'm just saying, dude. There wasn't nobody walking up and shaking my hand and saying, "Nice to see you, brother. Welcome to the church." You know, glad you know. None of that shit. You know what I got was who do you know?
Why
Why
you here?
You went to a DNC church.
I sure did. I mean, it was all black, dude. It was black from the fucking floorboards all the way to the fucking roof joists.
Did you apologize for slavery when you walked in the door?
No, sir, I did not. And I didn't put anything in the offering plate that was passed 82 times.
You're lucky they didn't beat you up.
I didn't get invited to after church dinner at what was it at the time? Ponderosa. That's where it was. Ponderosa that they went to all the time, because that was when you had the all you could eat steaks.
Still, Long John Silver's was funnier though.
I'm just saying, man. The one all black church that I did go into, it wasn't the normal, you know, welcoming greeting that I had experienced when I went to any other, you know, just Baptist church where it had, you know, a mix of people. It wasn't the same. Wasn't the same at all. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there.
What part of town?
Because I wasn't supposed to be there. That's why.
Like, what part of town was it in? Was it in like the hood?
Yeah, it was in the hood.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Dude, a black guy invited me.
Hey guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I gotta get up out of here. No, man, stay away from black church, all right?
Dude, I ain't been to one since.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all supporting the show, man. We gotta go, man. Later, y'all.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.